Professor, all the write-ups today about your award mention your critics and how vocal they are about you, and not just where you are on the spectrum, but the words you use to describe people with whom you disagree. Why do you think you're so reviled?
Well, you know, I was out there. You know, we went through a period when a lot of people were worshiping George Bush, if you can say that. You know, an 80% approval rating. People were saying he's wonderful. Anyone who criticized him is unpatriotic. And I was saying, you know, he's actually a pretty bad guy. He's got bad policies, and he's not being honest with us. And even though at this point, you know, most Americans now agree with me, I will never be forgiven for having been right too soon.
Professor Klein actually goes on to say that you would actually omit major issues where the economic conclusion goes against the feel-good Democratic Party ethos.
Well, you know,
that's just the criticism Carl was referring to. I guess you're going to get that no matter what.
Yeah, I'm going to get that no matter what. Look, we live in highly politicized times. I write a column in the New York Times. I'm not going to write that column the way I'm going to write an academic paper.
Or come on here, you seem much, I don't know, a kinder, gentler Paul Krugman on TV. It seems like. Or could we really get you going if we had more time? I guess.
Yeah, well, I'm a pussycat in real life, but give me 800 words and I start slashing.
The overstating your opinion to say that this crisis in some way repudiates free market principles.
It repudiates the hard line, free markets are always right principle. It doesn't say it's not a case for socialism, but it's a case for regulation, oversight. And for government-led rescues when there's an emergency. So it's a turning. Nobody's going back. You know, we're not going to go back to Karl Marx, but we are going to rediscover some of the things that Franklin Roosevelt learned 75 years ago.
Dr.